Hey Simrays, BRae here with another speed build on my channel. So this speed build is actually pretty special in that I was approached by Chrissy to do a collab that she called Filling Up Newcrest Collab. So if you search that hashtag in the gallery, you'll be able to see everyone's builds who contributed to this collaboration. So what she did was she brought 14 simmers together plus herself, so for 15 total, and we all built lots. So I built a budget build. Other sims built more expensive and larger homes. They had other people who did community lots. So that way you get a whole new Newcrest. And I just thought it was a really awesome idea. So I actually took some inspiration from real life floor plans that were up online, and I wanted to create a small modern build, and my budget was $35K, which I usually, when I do a small build or a budget build, I usually give myself the like 20,000 simoleons that you get when you start. So for me, this was kind of like splurging. I don't really tend to do big builds that often, so I was really excited to do this one because I feel like I had just enough extra money that I was able to make this look really nice. And the whole focal point is this front porch. Like this is what really made me want to do this build, and I just like fell in love with the floor plans when I found it. So basically there's like this little storage area over to the right. You have a huge front porch for entertaining. We do end up putting like a grill and seating area. And it's a very modern, I think I called it the modern cabin. It's a very modern build. And I just did a lot of things I don't normally do. Like with the roof, I pulled the roof like out really far. I don't normally do that. I normally make it like really tight. But I wanted to just kind of branch out from my comfort zone. And it took me a little while to like decide what color palette I wanted to use for the outside, but I think that it ends up looking pretty nice. So here I am actually focusing on lighting outside, which I normally don't do. I was very proud of myself. Like I said, this build like is 100% outside of my comfort zone or what I typically do. So I focused on the lighting. And we'll get back to that a little bit later. The floor plan was a little tricky for me, so it took some time, so I didn't include that in this actual speed build. But it is a 2-bedroom. I do leave the 1 bedroom empty so that whoever downloads this house can do with it as they please. And that way I was able to focus a little bit more on the master bedroom to have a little bit of nicer things in it. But I did create a sim who inspired this build as well, and she is a single female. She is interested in the cooking profession, so I wanted to have a nice kitchen, and this kitchen took me a minute too. I ended up changing the layout because I just didn't like the way that it was functioning. So here we go. This is the final layout, I do believe, and then it's not large, but it's definitely, considering the size of the house, in my opinion, is a pretty big kitchen. So she has plenty of counter space to do all her chopping and whatnot. And then she has a nice sized dining room so that she can entertain. And I wanted to keep the color palette like very natural, like wood tones, because you have those large windows that you can see from the outside. So that's why I didn't really bother with a whole lot of color. I kept it very neutral color tone, like browns. The floor is very plain, and that again is because I just wanted the focal point to be the outside, so the front of the house. And the inside, like in my opinion, you wouldn't even really spend that much time in this house. That's why it's not very big, because you're spending so much time entertaining outside, or like sitting on your porch reading, or like sipping your coffee in the morning. So it's definitely a really nice build in my opinion for the size. Like it's a nice house, nice quality objects, but you're mainly going to be entertaining outside. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's really no backyard. So the whole front is basically your yard. But here we with the bathroom. I mean, bathrooms I feel like are pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing super fancy. I left room in case someone wanted to include the laundry day stuff. As we all know, I'm not the biggest fan of the laundry day stuff. But that way, if you wanted to put that in, you could. There's plenty of room. And again, I kept the color palettes like very neutral. So just like light colors, grays, and then I do believe I changed the color of the rug. Yeah. And then I think we'll be going into the bedroom next. And I loved the way that this bedroom turned out, and I went with purples because that's, I cannot remember the Sim's name at this point, but the Sim that inspired this build, that's her like favorite color is purple. She wears a lot of purples and pinks, but primarily purple, like deep purples, rich purples. But I really love the bedroom because I used a lot of the cats and dogs stuff, which I loved the items for bedrooms that came with cats and dogs. And then I was proud of myself. I actually like put paintings and stuff in. I don't normally do that. Maybe I'll have like sometimes I'll have my Sims like paint and put those pictures up, but I don't normally like spend a lot of money on like decorations and stuff. I guess I'm just super cheap. But I really wanted to like make this a really homey and personable bedroom, and we end up using the mirror from Jungle Adventure. I struggled with how I wanted this bedroom to be laid out, so I did come back to it a couple times throughout the build to kind of like tweak things around. And then this is me just realizing that I never put any windows in, so I was like, oh crap, that kind of ruins my plans for my layout. But I had never put any windows in the back of the house. When I was looking at the floor plan online, they had like one window for the back of the house, maybe two on each side, and that was it. So here we are back in the bedroom, and I really wanted to use this mirror so badly. Like, I want to buy that mirror. I want to find it in real life and buy it and put it in my house. So I was determined to make that work, which I'm glad that I was able to figure it out. And then here's that extra bedroom, and I had started to design it, and then I was like, no, let's just leave it a blank canvas. So there's also an office area in the main part. So you walk in, the office is on the left, the living room is on the right, go right into the kitchen, the dining room. Very compact build, but I think it's very functional. There's plenty of things to keep your Sims entertained, and there's still some space if you want to add things. And then in that storage shed outside, I don't think I have any footage of it. I definitely don't have screenshots of it, but I ended up putting in that woodworking bench so that way they could work on their handiness skill, because it's supposed to be like a storage shed. So you could put other skill building items in there. But I really love the way that this turned out. Like, not to toot my own horn, but like, I think I am starting to grow as a builder, and I'm pretty proud of that fact. And here I am again trying to put in like decorations and using different lighting other than just like 3 or 4 types of the ceiling lamps, because that's usually all I use is ceiling overhead lights. But I wanted to try and tie in like the different color palettes. Like, there seems to be a lot of green, pink, white, creams. So I kind of was trying to make it flow, which is something I don't normally do either. Like, most of my builds, I don't make a video for them because I just like everything clashes, like nothing goes together. So I really tried with this one, and I'm so excited to see what everyone else's builds end up looking like. And I did leave all of their information in the description down below, so you can check out everyone's builds. I really hope that you do, because there are some fantastic Simmers that have created some amazing content that I think that you guys would definitely enjoy. So here we are going back to the outside, just adding in a grill, outdoor seating, and then moving into landscaping, which is something that I've been trying to branch into as well. I'm not super big on landscaping. I don't know why in my head I make it so complicated, and I'm like convinced that I can't make anything look nice, and that other Simmers do such a better job, and I'm like, it's not that hard. There's only so many plant variations, and people make these stunning landscapes, so I don't understand why I like build it up in my head that I can't. So again, it's something that I'm working on, and I just feel like I said, I went outside of my comfort zone for this build, and I really tried to focus on things that I normally just like don't bother with. Like, I don't usually bother with terrain paint that much. I don't really bother with landscaping or putting in trees, but I'm trying to do that more. So I think that's something that you'll see like with speed builds that I do, and I am trying to do more speed builds It still won't be like the primary thing on my channel because I love LPs like way too much to focus just on speed, like primarily on speed builds. And there are plenty of simmers out there that are such good builders, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just I'd prefer to tell a story more than I would prefer to build. I do believe that we're coming up to the screenshots relatively soon, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Please check out the other collaborators and their builds and their channels, because I think you'll really like the content. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big fat thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!